What's up, guys? It's Piehead. We're gonna go over this crypto crashing and all this stuff. XRP settled yet? Answer: no, haven't settled yet. We're gonna do a little bit of analytics, try and understand what's happening to the market, where it's at right now, the possibilities, the future, and currently we're looking at, I think we're tanking to the original resistance or support lines in the beginning. If we look right back here in around the 15th to 17th of March, then we go here, 15th, 17th of March, we're going this direction right here. We're going to here. Right there. Chances are this, boom, boom. So right here, okay, right here, okay, right here, okay, right there. Chances are if we're looking at it, because these graphs copy themselves, bro, every single time. And so this right here is actually going to be lower. We're running out right now. Which means boom. So it'll probably tank to around here. So we're probably looking at $10,000. Yeah, that was exactly where the odds are going to be at. So right here. So and most of the time my drawings are almost spot on. So I usually go off of just what I'm already doing. Boom. Right? And then we've got the drop. Okay. So the reason why this is crypto is going to absolutely tank is that we have no new buyers. They did it. They already represented crypto to everybody. Everybody got to see it. Everybody gets to know what it is. They get it in their face, and the people who are going to buy crypto bought crypto. They didn't make it easy to buy crypto. You have to go through a few steps, and usually to get your bank card to make a purchase on crypto, you have to call your bank. So there's extra steps you have to take in order to get this. That's a good thing, because when you had to pan for gold, you didn't just walk up and find gold. You had to pan for it. And so gold was an asset class, right? So we now have an asset class, the first one since the 1600s. If they just made it so easy to buy, everybody would have bought it right off the bat. It would have been like, why not? If I can put $10 in it from my bank, I might as well, like a stock. But they didn't make it easy like stocks. And that's a good thing. It shouldn't be easy. This is an asset class. This is something for the rich. This is something that the rich comes by and they go, the gold's ours. Didn't they do that? The Federal Reserve? The gold's ours. We own the gold. We print the money. And then we just took off the gold standard and now we just print a lot of money and we still have the gold. So they're taking everything, right? So if they're going to go ahead and let this thing die for the next 2 years, since we're at 2023, their time frame is to adopt this by the quarter of 2025. So in 2025, the government should be adopting the new messaging standard completely. So they're not going to this is not going to pump before 2025. It can't. And if it does, it's going to go to $1 and it's going to keep going down after that. It will not go any higher. It can't. None of us are going to do it. Otherwise, we would have done it already. There's enough of us that we would have done it already. And we're not able to do it, which means we don't have enough money, which means more money is in this that is against us than we are. So we're not able to do as much as we would like, but it doesn't mean we're out. It just means that we're losing a balance that is maintaining the same number that we had before. It's just the US dollar is going down. So Your goal is simply to just consistently buy. No, don't go all in. And I'm sure I've heard it multiple times. Everybody went all in, right? It was crypto. Boom, boom, all in, all in. People went all in up here. People went in all in up here. People lost a lot of money. People have been losing a ton of money. We don't want to focus on that though. We want to focus on why is this still around? Why are they talking about the government? Why haven't they just gotten rid of it? And the reason why is because they're going to use this for their own security and their own electronic cash and multiple spending. I mean, there is a ton of different things that you can use anonymous electronic cash for that you couldn't do with gold or cash, right? So there's all these positives. Look at all these positives of this. These are so many positives. And they knew about this in 1996, a year before I was born. Bitcoin 2009. Internet was created in 1983. In 13 years, they discovered that they could create electronic anonymous cash, cryptocurrency, an asset class, because it's money on the computer. So Bitcoin comes out in 2009. So that's 12 years. Took them 13 years after discovering the internet and then 12 years to create Bitcoin. Gets Bitcoin out. When Nakamoto, we don't know who that is. No crap, we don't know who that is. Of course we don't. We're not supposed to. It's probably an entity, multiple people. People who discovered this. Who else would it be? Who else would it be? Other than some random person internal law firm headquartered in New York City. The firm also is a law firm. Sounds like they're, the crypto hedge fund, right? Some crap like that. These guys have been around for a long time, and they were the ones I mean, would it not be this random dude? Satoshi Nakamoto? Some random dude? That if you went ahead and looked and you're like, wait a minute. Huh. So, ultimately, look at this. So, going back to the graphs, this graph, it grew because more money went in and the money's not coming back out. We're going to be holding a foundation, and that foundation you might have $1,000 go to $10, okay? But you still hold that foundation of the currency you're holding. In other words, US dollar value might go to $10, but you still own 50 Bitcoin, 50 coins, 50 XRP, right? So you're still owning something that is useful in the future. And like I say, don't sell your crypto, don't sell your XRP. And the reason why is because they're going to be splitting down the middle the currencies. CBDC currency is a new form of money that exists only in digital form. Instead of printing money, the central bank uses widely accessible digital coins, XRP, so that digital transactions and transfers become simple. Efforts towards CBDC grow all over the world for many reasons. Okay. So, if they're going to be doing this with XRP, that means that there's two forms of currency now. One's a reserve currency, and one is reserve and leverage, and one is worthless. Literally worthless. And the reason why it has to be worthless is because you can't give it any value. The only value that it gets is how many people come back to your store. That's it. The reason why that matters is because they're going to be using that XRP to purchase from other people. And they're going to be receiving CBDC currency, and they can make an exchange in CBDC currency to XRP. And once they do that, the CBDC currency goes where it goes, and they can control and handle inflation and deflation, because this new form of money that's not CBDC currency, that's the digital coins, had 90% of the world's money, which is in Bill Gates' hands, Facebook, Amazon, Elon Musk, the biggest companies in the world, are going to grab these digital coins and use them amongst themselves. And then we get CBDC currency. There's no reason for you to own XRP because you don't go and buy from an international exchange. You don't go and buy from people overseas. So you don't need XRP. But you should own it because you won't be able to buy it in the future. You won't be able to get your hands on it because you won't be able to use CBDC currency to buy it. You won't be able to go, CBDC worth something, buy XRP. No, you'll only be able to use CBDC for things. They're going to split it down the middle. And the reason why I would put it this way. CBDC currency, you have it, you can buy XRP, but where's XRP's price? It's the same price forever. Let's say it hits $1,000 and it jumps between $1,000 and $1,002 and $1,999, and all it does is kind of wave. Stable, because they put all their money in it. US dollars is gone, bye-bye, into the liquidity pool. Now they get CBDC currencies in exchange. Everybody gets a stimulus check. What does XRP do? Because everybody who bought it isn't selling. They don't sell, they buy with each other. They have their own currency now that goes up and goes down, and they don't care where it goes because they're just buying from each other and receiving CBDC currency for their products. And they leverage, the banks, everything is leveraging. The government, everybody's leveraging XRP in order to funnel in more CBDC currency to keep inflation and deflation non-existent. So by creating a new form of money and splitting it down the middle, and I think I wrote something here and I want to say it because it's easier to say it because I'm thinking about it, but I'm not able to. I should have shared what it was. It was on Twitter. In other words, by splitting the money down the middle, one is going to be dirt broke because it's $0, and one is going to be filthy rich because they have the only thing that can move product. In other words, you're just going to be buying product. You're not buying product to sell product. So you're not going to make any money off of what you're buying. So you're going to give them a CBDC currency, and they're going to do whatever they want with it. They can throw it away. They can do whatever. Bye-bye. You'll get more from the business that's paying you. So really, the only people that are going to have any reason to use XRP are going to be the ones that owned it before XRP went crazy or before crypto went crazy, right? Because they're going to have money to spend. In other words, anybody who has a ledger with XRP on it and they buy more XRP, there's going to be no reason to buy XRP when one XRP is worth $1,000 because it will never go back down and it'll never go up. Once the adoption happens of this currency, you won't see the price movements that we've ever seen before. You will never see these price movements again. You will never see a spike this freaking massive ever again on planet Earth. Will never have another asset class replace the internet. Ever. Ever. So you have a penny to $1.96. I mean, yeah, Tesla went even crazy too. I mean, all these stocks and stuff. But we're talking a lot more money. We're talking the entire planet right now, right? So we'll never see that spike again. It'll never happen again. So they focus a lot on Bitcoin, and they say Bitcoin all the time, but they don't ever tell you ISO, International Standard Messaging. They're changing the whole thing. All the banks, Google any bank, and they're changing it to ISO. They're changing to ISO 20022. So these people own a lot of money, and they're going to move their money over to a new asset class, which means the thing is going to go straight up And based on how they work their money, based on what they do, it'll do what they want it to. In other words, they're not traders, guys. They're not coming in here to trade this money. They're really not. Because they buy here $1 million. Okay? They now have $2 million. Excuse me, that's $2. I'm looking over here. They now have $3 million. Okay. What guarantees the $3 million stays? What guarantees that they keep $2 million and it doesn't drop and it doesn't tank? Adoption. Using it. Well, now that I have $3 million and another country is taking XRP, I can spend $2 million and remain the same, keeping my initial investment. Now I have gained $2 million in product, comes back to me. I still have my $1 million up here. 3 becomes 1. I'm now sitting fat because I just created an entirely new way of purchasing. And by creating an entirely new way of purchasing, I had to buy it in the first place, which is where they're getting countries involved before America gets involved. Because the government, right? People are already involved. The governments themselves. So, in other words, we don't want a country to come in and buy, or the United States to buy all its cash funds at this price. Because now the broke countries that are third world aren't going to get in early, which means there won't be balance. They knock everything off. Because if we're going to utilize this and those people use their money to buy at the top, they don't make anything. They're going to get $1 million at the top. They won't get $3 million because they're going to buy it up here, not down here. And so they're having these countries buy it at a cheaper price now, so that when that time comes and America and these big countries, businesses, companies have more money than governments. Literally more money than our government. So in other words, we're waiting and they're waiting for that very moment that all countries are ready. Everybody's ready for the adoption because it's a big deal. It's an asset class. It's better than gold. They have to prepare for this. They have to get other countries involved first. So we're not going to see it. They're not going to let you see it exactly, but it's there. If you research, it's there. Multiple countries, 70 plus, almost 100 now. They write into XRP, but no price movement. But on XRP's site, they literally say it themselves. They're operating on a off exchange. What did I do? I clicked the back button. I don't know. My brain. Anyways. So you have... Oh, no. Okay. I can't zoom out. Well, I hate it when the graph starts wigging out. You know what I mean? It literally wigs out and you have to reset it. There it is. Okay. Now I can't zoom out again. This isn't a reset, guys! Look at this! Oh, it pisses me off. It absolutely pisses me off. This happens way too often with TradingView. It's ridiculous. It's like they're like really good, but they're terrible, man. They're terrible. I could have done a better job. If I would have had knowledge like they had, no. These people would be out of business. So it's just like you have an easy way of making money. Literally, it's like if you were to have bought in gold when it first came out and just held on to it, and that wasn't even the best investment that you could have made in on this planet. I think the best investment you could have ever made on this planet was when Bitcoin was at very no price. This is the most return you've ever seen in the entire history, and barely any money went into it, guys. Barely any money went into this. We have to understand the number right now that we're working with. Barely any money did this. Not even what, $1 trillion? That's insane. And it wasn't even all us. So what happens when every company is ready? Everybody gets the green card, the green go. Let's go. Boom. And it's not just everybody, it's all the people after everybody that needed to get in first got in. So that brings me to the 2-year time frame that we're working with right now. If this thing would move. We'll go to the beginning of January. And we'll go to... They're not going to tell me the date. They'll tell me over here, but not over here. Really, guys? TradingView failed us, guys. TradingView literally failed us, by the way. They're not as good as they say they are. If I can't keep going, and I can't keep seeing these dates... Just a quick point, right? Anyways, we'll just say that 2023, 2024... This is going to go in the mix of the graph. Make it green. Right here. Chances are you're going to be buying down here. 16 cents to 10 cents, right? So we'll drop it. We'll angle it. I honestly hope it goes to a penny, guys. Oh my gosh, could you imagine this at a penny? You know how many you could own it at penny? And you might think, they're not going to let it get there. You want to know something? If 1% of the world that is like us, that know about crypto, that bought crypto early, that were the people who, when the crypto commercial came up for the Super Bowl, we already bought that, and everybody else said, we don't need it. We stayed. They didn't even join us even after on a Super Bowl commercial, the biggest freaking football, the game on the world, biggest game happened. So if they're not going to buy, guys, if they're not buying, the government and these people have nothing to worry about. They have billions of dollars. We have thousands. That's it. We can't even compete, guys. So, yes, it could hit really low, 4 cents, 5 cents, before they adopt it. And they would want it to. It's important that it does, because it's the lower the price, the more duplication that happens. $1 million at 5 cents sold at or traded across border at $2. That's a lot of profit. That's a lot of money that they just made. And so by adopting the new asset class, we're actually quadrupling, 10 timesing, 100 timesing our entire planet's money. You might be like, well, who would do that? Or where is that money coming from? Like, that's not possible. Well, it is when the money is all in the company's very hands. They're doing international exchange. There's no reason not to do this. No reason. So remember, a lot of manipulation happens in stocks and everything, insider trading. This is insider. This is all insider, guys. This is quite literally planned out, predestined, predetermined. And our job, guys, is to just sit back, enjoy the show, get your friends involved, your close friends. I told my friends, don't buy, because I knew it was dropping. Don't buy. I have a short in. I'm not going to be buying. So if you're going to buy... Right now is a good time to buy, because you could assume that it would jump up. But the reason why I am not buying right now is because chances are the jump up would have already happened. It would have been right here. If it was gonna jump, it would have been there. It would have been there. Or it would have been here. It would have not dropped, is what I'm saying. And if it drops and goes up, where are these people coming from? Where are they coming from? It has to be some company, some business with a ton of money that starts to buy it, starts to pump it, and sells at the top when everybody starts to buy at the top. Which means they didn't do that here. They're going to do that here. Why would they do that here when it's the same price as it was before? Now, when we go back into the history of the graph, when it reaches the same point it did, it usually goes up again, right? That's where when we go here, chances are it's going to tank. That's going to be what happens right there, that green marker. Oh, damn, that looks like crap on the screen, man. Why is OBS so garbage? Anyways. So, expect the worst. And I started expecting the worst at like $1, like right around here in this area. After this spike, like right, like here's the logic behind it. If it's gonna go up and there's enough people to push the price, then it would have went up here. You know what I mean? Like it would have beat itself, but it hasn't beat itself yet. Look, it hasn't beat itself yet. Do you think it's gonna beat itself here? especially when more people got kicked out of the market, food's going up, gas is going up, your housing's going up, everything's going up, you're having to spend more money, you're making minimum wage, you're not making enough. Like, do you really think we're going to push this price up? We would have already done it. And if we were all buying over time, the graph wouldn't look like this. If we were all consistently buying and we weren't trading and we were just buying, it wouldn't look like this. So this isn't all just our doing, guys. This isn't just us. This is not market manipulation. This is a setup for them to own XRP or own a digital asset that is used worldwide that isn't separate from any government entity. In other words, they don't want a civilian coming in and taking over the cryptography of anonymous electronic cash and everybody buying it and everybody using that. Hence why Bitcoin comes out. They use Bitcoin as a kind of like to twist the arm of everything. And then XRP gets into a lawsuit. And then you got two coins, one they bring up all the time and one on the back burner saying crypto is going to be illegal. Well, it's not. So really, in 2 years' time, chances are we're going to be at like 6 cents or so, 8 cents. We're not going to be a whole lot. Okay, so in the midst of time, it's going to be jumping around, and chances are, I mean, if it doesn't gain, guys, then it's going down to a penny. If it truly doesn't gain anything, which means none of these people who are prepping to buy are buying here. XRP is being used on a off exchange, I believe. Ripple's site says it. They're not even on the exchange for a international exchange between countries, and they're testing the whole thing, not in front of us. So we're waiting for this adoption to come through. Once this adoption comes through, they've created a ton of money for themselves, private credit that they can lend. And that's very important because that means that they can get rid of inflation and deflation, ask for lower prices, make all the prices cheaper, and govern how much your CBDC currency is worth based off of how much they don't care because they have so much money, right? And so it's a new way of approaching the world with business, with companies who own that currency, who own the money that has value, as CBDC currency has no value. Its only value it's given is when the company accepts it from you. So you're gonna, let's say, own XRP, and let's say you sell XRP. All right, let's say XRP goes to $1,000, okay? And you sell, right? You sell. Okay, it went straight up, went to $1,000, but it's not coming down, and it's not going up anymore. So it's becoming stable. And the reason why it would become stable is because every country and every government has already bought the thing. Bought up. It has been bought up. It's owned. It will not be sold into CBDC currency. There's no point. And if there is a point, it would be some dude owning his business, going up to an ATM, plugging in his ledger or his phone, because you got your phones now, plugging in his ledger to his phone, pulling XRP from his entire business account into CBDC currency so he can go have fun. Now, chances are he won't have to do that. Chances are every company will accept XRP worldwide. Chances are my store won't accept it, though, because they have no need for XRP. They don't buy internationally. So I'm going to have XRP, and I'm not going to be able to spend it there, but I can sell it into CBDC currency. So XRP goes to $1,000. There's no reason for anybody to take their CBDC currency and buy XRP because XRP is not moving anywhere. In other words, they're going to eliminate the reason to purchase anonymous cash by owning the whole thing and regulating one currency. And maybe a few more currencies like CPH for cross-platform to take interoperability and take it to a whole new level and remove the stress on XRP when it comes to international trading, exchanging. So if somebody buys the whole thing, the entire planet of companies, and they use that currency amongst themselves, they actually successfully duplicated their money. They duplicated it, folded it over a million times over, and you might be like, well, that's creating so much money, it's going to create inflation, and something bad's going to happen. No, because it's all online. You got to understand that it only Only if they funnel all this into the economy at once will it do anything. In other words, they might just create a crap load of CBDC currencies out of nowhere and just tank the economy and make a ton of inflation. Why would they do that though? They don't need to do that. They'll hold their private credit. They'll hold money and only use it when they need it. So that means one company, another company, boom, between me, between you. XRP goes up, same price. Never goes down because they're exchanging it after they buy it with each other. What do we do? What do? They sell CBDC currency stuff. All right, so you're going in and you own CBDC currency. You're the CBDC currency. That's the reason why you're here. So you can be the CBDC currency. We use CBDC currency between ourselves. I buy from you, you buy from me, because this CBDC currency is valued based on what this company says. They say value products. Okay, so if they're valuing the products and we're spending the CBDC currency and it's worthless, they have all the money. And all we are just pawns, literally pawns. And it's like this. Rich. Poor. That's what it's going to be like. But it won't look like that, guys. It won't. It won't look like that because they're not going to make you think you're poor. They're not going to make you think you don't have actually anything. Because we don't want to make that image. We don't want to paint that picture. Because really, this is for a better monetary system. We reached 30 minutes, guys. We're going to have to stop the video and we're going to have to start another video. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. Probably head out. See you in the next video.